Welcome to the first episode of the Enlightenment Operatives podcast. I'm your host, Charles F. Moreland III. Got special guests for my first episode today, the amazing singer-songwriter,
Thanks.
Kabir BK. How you doing, though?
Thank you, bro. Good to see you and good to be here. Thank you so much for welcoming me. Appreciate it.
It's my first one, so you're going to have to give me some slack on this.
Yeah.
But,
me too. Some this kind of, yeah, man.
I guess let's start out.
Yeah.
You're a singer-songwriter, right?
Yes, yeah.
You're also a guitar player?
Yeah, I play guitar. Like, I sing, but I play just guitar just to sing, just a rhythm. Not a guitarist like a guitarist. We have a band. We have a band called Blacksmith, and we used to play in Pokhara Lakeside and Kathmandu, all the music journey we're going through. Yeah, still, and we are here, and met you, and yeah, I'm here with you.
So, like, how long have you been playing music professionally, or?
Professionally, like 10 years, but not professionally. I don't call professionally. It's just my feelings of music. I just go through whatever the music is teaching me. I don't know notations. I don't know nothing else. Just the sound, what it brings me. Yeah, but it's been 10 years or something. Yeah, we've been doing with the bands. It's nice. It's still going. It's good to be here.
So, what made you start wanting to play guitar? What was your first introduction, or what was some of the first music you were into?
First music is Nepali music, Hindi music. Back home, we were childhood. Back home, we were playing, listening. I didn't know that I was singing Hindi song. I was dancing before. I was a dancer before, in a small community program. We were dancing and then start listening music. Nepali, Hindi. That's how we started. And a friend taught me just the chords, like this A, B, C, and that's how I get to, into it. My brothers, they were practicing, around my house. They were practicing, and I was so curious to listen them, to see them, very curious. I was thinking, okay, I want to get inside, but they didn't let me get inside, I was like, I want to go, I want to see, I want to see them, what they're doing. I just hear the sound, And I was going from this building around from the top of the window, try to watch them from the window, small window, balcony, it's going like this. And somehow, I think this brother feel pity, I guess, for me, they say, somehow they say, okay, come inside, because they saw me and I go inside and they say, they say, okay, just sit and watch, okay? No, don't touch nothing else. I saw the mic there, I saw the mic there, and I just go to the mic and I just say hello, for the first time. I felt myself this is me, kind of, From that time, I think myself, okay, this is what I do. Yeah, that's how I go.
That's the origin story.
This is the origin story, yeah. This is how it met me, find yourself. Sometimes you call it find yourself. From that time, I said, to music, thank you, music, for choosing me.
How old were you then?
Maybe 7, 8 years old. Wow. 7, 8 years old, yeah. That time I was feeling, I just say hello, this hello hits me something, and I say, okay. Even in a school, I was saying to the teachers, school, they were saying, stand up, everybody, what you want to be, teacher were asking to all the students, and I was saying, I want to be singer, I was I was believing that music, believe me, music choose me, That's the best part for me, yeah. This is how I get into, and then I never left music. It was always part of my life and still forever, until I die, I guess.
What part of Nepal did you grow up in?
No, I grew up in Darjeeling, Kalimpong is in India.
But it used to be part of Nepal, right?
It used to be a very long time, and I don't know.
Now it's India, but they want to. Darjeeling wants to be its own country now.
I don't know. There was I don't know who the person that cut the line, and we got but we got separated, and I don't know. And my family, my family, my parents, and my grandfather, is they born in India, like. But our great grandfather is like he belongs somewhere in part of Nepal. I don't know where was it, but they call Okhal Dunga something is somewhere, and we never get to like, and we always we have Indian citizenship. We are Indian citizenship.
But it's right on the border of Nepal.
Yes, it's just close to the border, hills area. When the British came, like they want to go in up there to because in a plain side there was very hot, so they cannot stay there. So they were choosing the place more hills. So our place is hills. Darjeeling, Kalimpong is like chill place. So we have a lot of schools. Like they build like old schools like 1800 or something like this. Like old school. Yeah. Good natures, yeah, good like a fresh thing is there, like I was from there, yeah, I belongs there, but I am a Nepali. I call it Nepali myself, because my mother tongue is Nepali. Yes, this is part of Kalimpong. This is where I grew up. Yeah, my friends, I miss them also, friends, my childhood friends. I think you also miss your things in life.
I don't. I make new friends all the time.
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm, so I didn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I had a dog and I had an older sister.
Everything.
And then those were my friends. That's probably why I'm good with being alone. I do music. I'm good with.
Yeah. It's nice. Like it's good to be with you, like playing. Have a get to know you. That's how we won in life. To get to know people and. But whoever I met in my life, everybody treat me nicely. That's the best thing, man.
Yeah, you seem good at making friends. Everybody seems to like you. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's. Once we started working together, it's like I'm like, oh, you know Kabir. Everybody knows Kabir already, especially in here in Pokhara.
Yeah. No, it's like at least I feel what I feel good is about like when you meet the friend, like you're walking from here, right? When you meet the friend, you say hi, and when you cross, hope he's not talking bad thing about my bag, after I left, But at least they were not like this. They were feeling like, okay, nice. Okay, this is what I feel good about, like, to meet the friend, to being with the friend.
So we met here in Pokhara. That's where we're recording right now.
Yeah.
Are you playing? And then you went to France.
Yeah, I went
and then I finished the tracks we were working on. And then now you're back. Are you planning on living here in Pokhara?
Yeah, I'm like planning to now. And we are like planning to live in here. Let's see how it brings. We have to see the place that I can play what I love, Here is not so much place to do this. Otherwise, you have to do for the people, like, and I don't know. Yeah, I have to do for the audience crowd, in a bar, restaurant, or the event or something.
So you're saying like playing music in Pokhara is kind of hard?
It's not hard, like we will play our stuff, but there's some of bars I can play, That's how we have to make this kind of a place that you can do. But I'm mostly I'm planning to do like a sitting home and so create some, composition, and then let's see. But if if your song is going good, if you do the nice, like you get the tour of full Nepal, right? Always playing, always. This here is going on like this.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the local musicians don't really make too much money.
Those who are doing regularly gigs, they were doing a good money. They were like surviving. They were taking care of families. Some of it's nice, but you have to find the right place. Like not right place, but the place that you don't want to play what you want to play, but you have to pay for. What they like. Like if you do this, like it's nice money.
So do you feel like you're kind of forced to play like covers and stuff that you don't want to play?
No, I like to. I like to play covers also. I like to play covers. But we play our style. Our own style kind of. Even if you play covers, like people, even if they like an example, like they say Nirvana, they only hear like a ding 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 ding, Come As You Are, something like this. But we play different song of Nirvana, and people also don't listen. But they say, which band is this? But this is Nirvana, Everybody.
They have like 8 albums or something.
Yeah. Like this kind of. I like to play with my own style, like whatever the song cover is, I want to give justice to the artist, whoever make the original one, I just want to give justice. Whatever I play in his style, just they feel at least, okay, he did nice cover, he do his style feeling, it's nice. This is what I want, like. And I want to compose also, let's see. And we are composing song also. we're planning to get to the good sound quality, and then we can put it some. And now we're working on it. Let's see.
So your band's working on some new stuff then?
Yeah, we are now starting now. We already have some like stuff we did, like in a rough one. So we just have to like now to put it all together, and let's see.
So do you prefer working on like solo acoustic stuff, or do you prefer the band situation?
Oh, I would like to. No, I would like to start. The summer band I heard about, like they were like tired of playing like a za, like a full band sound. They were saying like, okay, let's play like a soft acoustic. Yeah, I would like to play soft. I like raw sound. Raw. That I can feel my voice. Like raw is like a true. Like you have to give, like if you sing acoustic only, no gadget. In a gadget, if you do like like even if you sing anything, it sounds good, But in a raw, if you play acoustic, and you can imagine the vocal has to be very clear, like no flat, no down. It's like
I fully understand that from the other end, where like I used to be a studio owner in Kentucky, and I lived in Atlanta for about 8 years, and did a lot of like rap and R&B vocals.
That's what I could see that in you, man. Like
oh
a
my God. Nobody can sing these days.
Yeah.
Nobody can like. That's what I liked about working with you. I didn't use auto-tune at all.
Yes, that's right.
Everybody else, if you don't use auto-tune, they blame it on you. Like that
and you have to work it on like fully. Kathmandu, we went for one studio, but somebody's song is like the studio, like the producer.
Engineer,
he was making sound, and he was saying to us, bro, see, like they just come and they just sing, they don't mind about the skills, nothing else, and the all work, they have to stay online to fix just to that to put in a like tune, auto tune, doing something like and they were saying, bro, it's really hard. At least, thank God, you guys sing in a scale, it's nice, like.
Yeah, I don't know what singers would have done before auto-tune. Like, at this point, people are always like trying to collab with me, and they'll send me something, and I'm like, sounds horrible.
Yeah.
And how can you not tell that you're like super flat or super
And I don't know, you cannot tell also, right? You're being a producer, you cannot say like your voice is not good, like. And
especially when they're paying you by the hour, you're not gonna be like, that's
so
horrible.
why I'm paying you for? That's they're saying like to make it good, No, but for me, like that's what I like. The music is the sound is like a wave, like a wave is flowing. If you like go, you don't have to sing, you don't have to go high scale, low scale, but if you just go in a flow, like if you just speak also, it sounds melodies because it's in a right tone, right? Like it's going in a right wave tone, like if you go on that, everything sounds good. Even if you speak, it's good, like because you're on the, this is sound is for me. Like that's why I like the raw sound, raw sound that I can breathe, I can, like put in a raw vocals, like, and for me, for the first time experience, it's like you be with you. You made the difference for me, like like wow, this is what I never imagined of this, that you will like put this kind of track on it,
Oh, you're talking about our collabs?
Yeah.
I was wondering how you feel about them, because what happened was we recorded at my house. You just came over with the acoustic, and you sang.
I think this is the first time I came to your house, I guess, eh?
Yeah, that's like the third time we've met.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, it's like, but see, small time we had good connection, But yeah, for me, it's like working with you is like I never thought that my sound's gonna be this, like I was just going there and like I just put the guitar.
Yeah, I didn't know either. That's like I never know what my music's gonna be.
What is the thing is for me good is like you believe me, I believe in you. That's the good thing for me. This what if somebody believe in what you're doing, everything's come out good. I don't mind if this song is gonna be famous or this and that, but it's just about you and me. Like what you appreciate to me and what I appreciate to you. And this is the.
And it's a little bit different for both of us. Like, it's outside my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Outside your comfort zone. Because there's things I did with our tracks, like the string arrangements and stuff like that. I don't normally do that type of stuff, but it worked.
You needed a vocal, yeah. You needed a vocal because in the tracks also. Yeah, and I don't know. You gave me the track. I go and I just feel it. I had these lyrics before. It's not big lyrics, but I just. And it match. I don't know how somehow. And you put the name like a Timi Ramo, and this kind of. It matches also. This song. Wow, it's like a connection, it just feels good. And when I was in France and I saw the video you sent me, Wow, man, like I never imagined of this. I never thought of this, right? That's what.
Yeah, I forgot I videotaped it too because it took me so long to finish the track.
Yeah.
And I was going through the folder. I'm like, oh, hey, I have the raw
Yeah.
video of him singing the songs. I'll make a music video out of that.
Yeah, it's like it really sounds nice, and like the way you put the sound. I like this kind of sound. I like to go in the sound, to do like ooh, darky kind of stuff, and some your style really this, and it matches also, it matches you. You justify, you justify the track, and yeah, we have song also. You have to listen, guys. You hear me.
Yes, check them out on on the same YouTube channel.
Yeah,
check out Timira Ma.
Yeah, Timira Ma. Om Namah Shiva. You can listen to everything, guys. And this is what we did, and yeah, nice.
So like Timira Ma is more of like, I guess, a love song.
Love song, but put it in a different way, like love song. Yeah, it's a love song, right?
It's not a cliche love song.
Yeah, it's like not like in our song like in an English song also, Without you, I'm nothing, Take me away and take me far. It's a normal. Everybody know this.
Yeah,
it's a normal way to express, And Timiramo is a different way for expressing, like I'm there for you for every means like I'm there for you like whatever it happens. That's kind of a stuff like a more like a flowing, like a fully feelingsly, like this song is about, I think.
It's less like trying to get into a girl's pants, like romantic, more like I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with you.
Yeah, like in a spiritually way, like not in a. Yeah, it's a love, but love means like a love you can love with everybody. Like if you love your mother the same, and if you love everybody the same, that is love, It's not that you love your mother this more and you love to somebody this. But if this is not a love, I think for me, I was always saying to my mother when I was a baby, because she was, and I didn't like before, like my friend mothers, they were just telling me like to go to the shop to buy something. And again, I'm just telling to my friend mother, but you have your son here, you can, ask him to go and take some stuff from the, This is kind of, like a love. It's not the love, same love what they treat. Love is like in a spiritually way. This song is about like not spiritually means like praying every time, but in a love way. This is a song about this, I think.
I think spirituality and love have a lot in common. Like I know people that when they're like truly find love, they become more spiritual for sure. I know, like, since I got married and I found the person for me, I definitely, I don't know if she made me more spiritual or like I'm more, it just happens, or I'm just more motivated to be spiritual.
No, because you're going focus, you're going focus. You're focused on something, you're focused on somebody who you're loving, That's why it's going meditation in a way, And even if you don't call it meditation way, it's okay, it's just going with the flow. Like you're going to somebody. For me, it's like, my wife also, like, we are like a good connection. I don't know, somehow. People always say like, oh, you are from the different country, You have to.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Like, that's what. We are a different country, but we are the same, right? We are human, and she also have a feelings, feelings, pain, sad, happy, everything. If I cut her hand, blood came, It's just that we are like a different country. I don't know what we are.
Different starting points, same end point.
But we are the same thing, like, and feelings is same. If I hurt her, she will get hurt. If she hurt me, I get hurt, like, that's what. And this is understanding, like we do, right? This is understanding we do. We understand each other. Whatever she is, whatever culture is like, if she like, what she wanted to say, I have to feel her, okay? That's all, like, respecting, like, This is the love is called. This is like, this song is about like this kind of way, expressing like this way, not in a normal way, like, Same, love is same, but, this is how I express to you. Yeah, this is nice. You also feeling like, it's a.
I definitely feel it, yeah, and it's like, I wouldn't understand that a couple years ago, but I get it now,
Yeah.
We can talk about Shiva. We can talk about whatever.
Shiva, right? Shiva is always blessed. Blessed for us, Shiva is Volanath. Volanath means like a kind, and it's kind with everybody. So that's why we have to be kind to everybody. And Shiva always gives something to the everybody worships Shiva in Calcutta. You know the city Calcutta in India.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
There, in every shops, like local shops, there's Shiva. Like they worship Shiva. Like even if somebody if you before it used to be this like a woman, if they don't get pregnant, they go to the temple and they worship Shiva for and I don't know, but this is.
I think that's the reason I like Pokhara so much. Everyone seems run to Shiva here too. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of Shiva temples.
You can see there also Shiva. Big
Shiva's
one.
over there on the mountain.
Everywhere Shiva. Shiva is the. This is Shiva is the. Shiva is the destroyer. Shiva is the creator. So Shiva have a lot of different faces. Like a lot of faces. I don't know even so much know about this. What the God thinks.
Well, it's more about what it means to you personally. I feel like for spirituality on me, someone who knows all the stories, knows all the books, a lot of those people are actually super shady people. They're not good people.
Yeah.
I definitely, when I was in the U.S., I've always been into ancient religions. I've always been into even Christianity, but I don't like churches.
Yeah.
And I noticed the same thing here. From my personal view, is I love all the temples. I don't like these babas. I don't like these priests. Some of them are super shady.
This is too much. Yeah, I don't know. This is the controlling to everybody. I mean to say, right?
Exactly.
People have their beliefs. They can believe anything. You don't force somebody to believe, right? If you believe that it's come from the heart, that's why I'm not going always into this religious and things. I don't know. I just we are human. And we have to be kind to each other and be nice, whatever it is, whatever the treat share. I don't know, If this is, for me, this is religion, This is my religion. I call it, it's a religion. And we feel for each other. And this is the spirituality. Right? This is this. For me, this personally, if I talk about myself, I see this way, I see this way. But yeah, people are shady to preach this thing,
Yeah, I think that's what, that's definitely why Buddhism got so big, is they're basically saying it's an offshoot of Hinduism. And they're like, hey, you don't need the priests.
Yeah.
You can find this enlightenment on your own. Same thing with Jesus.
It's all about preaching, right? Preaching good and bad, but people don't understand, really. They will never understand. It happens from millions and millions years before, and there's always going to be bad people. There's always going to be, every character is there, always. Even back the millions of time, of Jesus Christ, Shiva, Buddha, every time there's always bad people. There's always good people, And still now, and it will never, it's
Yeah, but you in the temples, and we have mega churches in the U.S. And
Big
it's
church,
if you don't make a certain amount of money, you're not really welcome there.
Yeah.
And same thing here. There was a Shiva temple we were going to a lot, and they were always giving my wife crap because she wasn't giving them enough money. It's what does that have to do with me coming to worship?
That's what worship the people make it like this. I don't know, like a business or something. I don't know. They do this, and this is for me. I don't know.
Our second track that we released, Om Namah Shiva,
Yeah.
That's basically a chant for Shiva that you turned into
Chants, yeah.
your own kind of.
And there's a story
vibe
of
song.
this. There's a story of this song also, not song, this chanting. We were in Kathmandu, and our brother. We have a brother, one in back home. He's also a musician. He's from Devashish. His name is Devashish. He's also from he studied in Calcutta the all music. Indian classical. He can play anything. He play everything. And he came to Kathmandu for the Shivaratri day. Shivaratri is we celebrate the Shiva.
I love Shivaratri.
Yeah, and we can do anything, not smoking, with the.
Everybody smokes on Shivaratri.
That day,
even the old deities, Hasharava.
Everybody worshipping, and that's the day. That's the day of the smokers and everybody. Yeah, and he came that day, and we were playing gigs in a one bar, and he came randomly and he said like hello, and we said let's go to the Pasupati, to spend the night there, and okay, we finished the gig, and we go. He took some. He's like a I don't know what this called sound, small bass kind of, and we go to the Pasupati and we were worshiping this song like Om Namah Shivaya, like. But that time this energy feels like we were four bands, our band, and this brother. We were like going fully on this. Wow. And this is how I feel that I like to play this song. And sometimes we were playing this track also like in bars. People start loving it. They were saying like, oh, please play again this, like, because this is the chant.
It gets me hype. I don't know when I was working on this. Sometimes I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
I got excited every time I worked on it.
This song is like a story, kind of like, we feel this moment and we want to capture this. That's all, and we capture, and you being part of this, and this is a really good thing.
Well, when I first came to Nepal about 3 years ago, it was around Shivaratri.
Yeah. And you feel like first time, and you feel like
we tried to go to Pashupatinath on Shivaratri, and it was crazy. Like my mother-in-law was like basically crowd surfing, pushing cops, like trying to get through the crowds.
I could imagine. Yeah.
It was crazier than a music festival or like concert. It was like a mosh pit basically to try to get to the temple. I've never seen anything like it.
That's why if you play the Rudra song, of Shiva, this dark harmony, wow, it could be like a much. No, that day is the. I could imagine you go there first time to see this. Wow, what is this place, man?
And there's like dueling PAs, like there'll be like a PA right here, and they're both just blasting their speakers out.
Mantra, I think
People
they're playing.
Going crazy.
I think they're playing mantra something, right?
Yeah, definitely. They're playing mantras, but
and
like
just there,
super loud, super distorted.
Yeah, and just there, you see in Pasupati, you see the funeral, right? You see the people there,
exactly,
burning there, like.
Which is, it's really sad because that river, I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah.
Super sacred river. Gross as fuck now. So nasty.
Yeah. This like people come from there, and if they go first time Pasupati and see this, like, they're burning, like.
Well, I don't mind that. That's religious. I'm talking about the pollution.
Pollution.
Yeah, the pollution is gross. It makes it so it's not even good for a funeral, I feel like.
Yeah, it's like sometimes they made this full of ashes.
Well, the ashes is fine. I'm
That's
talking about
people
like
always, they just only feel, but they don't, they're only feeling to show everybody, not feeling to, if they really feel, they will keep it clean. They will put it worship every time, If you say Ganga in India, Banaras or something, there, it's water like a shit, like, but people still are going there and taking.
I like did you see the video that went viral?
They want to kill their all they did bad, like they believe this, if you put the underground to water, and if you come and they said you're all this sin are gone away, but it's not this,
I don't believe that anymore. I believe at one point that was probably true when it was super clean glacial water.
Yeah.
Now it's all literally shit water.
They don't feel
pollution.
This. Sometimes they wash their clothes, sometimes this.
Did you see the viral video of the Indian politician who said it was clean? So clean that he takes the cup of water out of it and it's like gross, and he drinks it and gets like super, he's like, oh, it's fine. And then like a day later he's in the hospital. Have you seen that video?
I think I might, I think
it was pretty viral last year.
Yeah. No, it's like this is like you cannot just say. It's really hard to feel this, like, you cannot do this. They were like always feeling to, if they believe they can keep it clean. Imagine like in your heart, like you have to keep it clean, right? Everything is clean, guys,
Exactly.
That's what it's the same thing. If your heart, some of my auntie was saying like your heart is a temple, okay? Keep it clean. You wanna keep the temple dirty, no, right? If you keep the temple, that's how like you feel. But they don't feel it. They don't mind. And we cannot say nothing to what we can say to them, right? And we don't have, but they just believe on this. Yeah, things are different. We have to live it, and I don't know. see this experience, feeling it, you know. That's how you realize that you don't have to feel this, right? They show you. Don't be like this one again. Yeah, man. Beliefs.
So let's talk about a little food then, because I must be getting hungry. My wife's downstairs cooking.
Wow, she's a great cook.
You're a pretty good cook too. You had me over the other day.
I've seen from France, like she made the books, and I really loved it, and like, you know, not loved it. She was posting in Insta every time the food, you know, like I was saying to her, saying to you also, right? Sometimes, I think Charles might be lucky to have your food, you know, like.
Well, not only that.
Vegan Nepal, you know, Himalayas based.
Shout out to vegan Nepal.
Shout out to vegan Nepal, eh?
But not only am I lucky because I get to eat that food, she taught me how to cook it.
Yeah.
And now,
and she said,
I'll give you a secret.
Yeah.
You love the Instagram? A lot of that's my food.
Yeah. Oh.
I've caught her so many times.
Wow.
I'll cook something for dinner.
It's turning like differently. No?
She'll probably be mad at me for busting her out.
Proud of you.
I cook a lot of times for dinner. And I'll look on Instagram later or stories, and I'll see the food I cook on her story, not giving me credit.
What? Well, things are going differently now.
Well, no, that's just a testament of how good of an educator she is, because she took a white guy.
Nice guy.
And now I can make a Nepali set better than a lot of the Nepali sets I have around here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you understand to cook the roots foods, you know. She do the roots food, but people who's making is out of roots sometimes, you know, like.
And a lot of people don't care here. They're just like, I've noticed a lot of people that own restaurants here don't give a shit about food.
Yeah.
They just want to make some money, so they're like, oh, I'll open up a restaurant. This is a good way to make some money.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like people who do a business based on their passions.
Yeah, that's what I like to cook by myself. You know, I don't want to go to outside to eat because I don't feel satisfied. You know?
Yeah, I liked your food a lot. It's way different than we eat.
Food is my second.
It's like a lot of the same, you know, like it was dal, bat, and paneer curry.
Yeah.
But it was completely different than how we make it here.
Yeah,
so that's why I was really like, it was cool to go to your house.
Yeah.
What makes your food different than, say, like, you know, typical Nepali food?
Yeah. No, typical Nepali. I only made by myself, like because we were playing in a bands. We don't have nobody, you know. And before bands, I was staying alone, you know. So I had to cook, you know, in my house. I was alone. I have to cook because I didn't want to eat outside. And I was starting cooking just like this. I didn't even cook before, but just how to get to know. And when I see the masala and everything, you know, like I put random masala, you know, like just like a random, you know. And Darjeeling, like we still here also we put every masala in the same, you know. We have the stone things, you know. And my mom still like she's using this, you know. I said to mom, just do the mixer, you know.
The mortar and pestle?
Not this also, like it's a natural one.
Oh, okay,
there's a big stone like this shape, you know, and big one, and you put everything, ginger, cumins and everything, and they just put like this. It becomes like a really good, you know, like
it's like a paste kind of.
Yeah, paste, but
all together.
It feels really natural, you know, like wow, healthy kind of, you know.
And then do you cook that in the oil first before you even start cooking the vegetables?
And we put and like this is how we cook, but I do the not paste, but I just do the mix and everything. Simple cooking for me, like it don't take time for me to cook, you know. I feel like to cook, you know, just to make me feel good, you know. I don't like to eat like even my wife, she wanted to cook. I say, oh, it's okay, I like to cook.
I'm the same way now. I used to be so busy, and I used to travel a lot. When I was a touring musician, I would tour like 300 days a year, so I never cooked.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
But now that I do it pretty much every day, I love it.
And this lockdown is happening like really for you. And in the lockdown, you start maybe doing it.
Yeah, and it's to the point where I would much rather cook at home than go to a restaurant.
Yeah. I miss like sometimes my back home food also, because it's like a natural, you know, like even the radish is colored like a pink color radish, you know, like radish is like a reddish, you know, pink color radish, purple color, you know, strange like.
Yeah, the diversity is where it's at.
Too much of fresh, you know, like because there's always like what do you call this, mist, isn't it? Mist like in a not winter, this little
Like a dew or
rain come, like not rain, but it's like sometimes it's stuck in your eyebrow also.
yeah.
It's always that in Darjeeling, that place is always cold, like always cold there. I don't know.
Foggy, misty.
Yeah, something like this, and too much of fresh vegetable, pure natural, made with the cow sheds and everything,
Yeah.
like not mixing of nothing else.
That's another thing why the vegetables in Nepal are so much better than the U.S.
No, U.S., France is everywhere. Is like people don't have time to cut the vegetables. They already cut in a plastic box.
They're already cut. They're plastic. They're genetically modified. They're
and
not
they put
actually
some
grown by a
chemicals to
human.
keep it. They put some chemicals to put it for a long time.
It's
right?
all chemical grown.
And you can imagine, like, wow, like what they, and they don't have time to eat. They don't have time to do nothing.
And there's no diversity in the food.
They work
like you were
so-
just talking about how there's these different shades of radishes. People, they just want this one type of corn.
Yeah.
There's just one type of this. They're like, oh, look, we have two different types of potatoes. No, there's like all kinds of potatoes naturally.
Yeah, some of them maybe they grew up naturally, but I don't know. I've seen more of, if you live in a village side, if you stay and if you do grow up, in America, in the whole world, everywhere, like, vegetable things, like, I don't know, it's become more processed things. And still, like, Nepal is like now.
It's getting there,
Yeah,
but it's not nearly as bad.
No, but it's nearly, or I think it's almost, I feel myself is like coming. West is becoming Hindu is, like, the West is becoming Hindu kind of.
No,
And
they're just
now-
doing yoga. I think white girls are just doing yoga. That's the only thing I noticed.
And into like, here it's like everyone is like changing, like really.
They're picking up the worst parts of Western culture.
People like the government, whoever it calls, they're controlling the time, but they're not saying about their time. Somebody's controlling my time on it, But they're like talking about space. People are not going deep, fucked up with it.
So what role do you think governments have to play? Like you bring up governments.
I don't know government for me.
You don't want to be a politician, huh? No
Period,
politics
brother,
at
yeah.
all? All right.
No, I don't know. Nothing else like you cannot say nothing. It never ends.
So you're saying most of it's not even worth your time.
I will just play my music. That's all,
I agree with you. I think that is the smartest answer I
Yeah.
could think about on that.
Yeah.
It's a huge waste of time.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, huge and huge, and you don't get nothing from them. You don't get nothing. You don't give nothing. I don't know.
So you've lived in Nepal.
Yeah,
You lived in India.
yeah,
You've lived in France.
yeah.
Anywhere else?
No, yes.
What's the biggest difference between like France and India and Nepal?
Yeah, it's a opposite, like opposite, Like you change like this, If you're going like this, it changes. When they come here, for them also, it's the same feeling. Even my wife, she was saying it. When she come here first time, she was like walking around in the morning, maybe 6, 7, and she saw a lot of people there, and she was like, why you people are here,
At 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Imagine the culture.
France is
Yeah.
everybody's still asleep.
Not sleep, but you don't see nobody. You don't see nobody. Even my friend said like there's a next neighbor. He just like like these gaps. He said like he never seen them for 25 years. And imagine like yeah, this is like a culture thing. And for me, but why they like here? Why they want to be here? Because at least here somebody will appreciate you, like respect you, like that's what they like. That's why they culture shock. And even for me, it's like when I go there, they welcome me very nicely. Everybody welcome me very nicely. I'm feeling grateful that my son born there. They take care of government. They take care of everything. I like to say thank you to government. At least they take care.
Yeah.
Here we have to pay, right? Here we have to pay, and we have to pay for everything. Like in hospital, it's not in. And I was there in a private one. Like they were taking care of. They gave everything, but I feel thankful. But no, for me, everybody treat me well. But for them, like you also from America. For you, everybody's nice. But for them, different. They treat me like differently, but they treat each other like differently. You don't have a time to speak to you.
So people just like are more interested in their own world,
In their
not
own
really
world,
into being a community.
That's
or
what if
like
somebody
treating
asks.
people like
if-
people.
I was asking to everybody, like I don't know, randomly, Are you happy?
What they say?
They pause. they,
They're like,
pa-
why no one's ever asked me that?
they pause for a while, you know, really, and they say, yeah, 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 but you can feel it, right? And they say like, I say, how are you? I say to somebody, again like, how are you? How's your life going? Fucked up, like like imagine like I don't want to leave. Sometimes some of they say like, what is this? Everyone is feeling they don't have time for nothing. No, nothing, no time for nobody. You don't feel nothing. That's what they
Is
feel.
it because they all like feel this need to? They got to be at work. They got to make money, or what? What do you think?
Yeah, I think about because society, even if you want to like be yourself, they cannot do. They cannot do because the society is making you this. The society is to see the society. They have to do this. Otherwise, you're not in the part of the society. If somebody buy cars, you have to buy cars. If somebody buy the big anything, you have to do this because you have to live in a. Even if they don't talk each other, right? Even they don't see each other, but you have to like they saw the car there. Okay, yeah. This is kind of
So is that like more of a capitalism thing? I mean,
Yes, yes, yes. It is like they're always going in a. There is no feelings.
yeah.
There's not nobody asks you. You're not your family. Not even nobody asks you like, hey, my son, my daughter, my friends, are you okay? I was
Yeah.
saying this to everybody. Back in France. Like they were shocked. That's what they get into. Like we get to know.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that too. And in the way it is in the U.S., it depends on where you are in the U.S. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
grew up
yeah.
in the country, so
Yes,
it's very
everywhere.
much like here, where like
You're like,
you know
yeah.
your neighbors, you
Yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah.
give a shit about your neighbors. You might talk shit about them, but you're still like you care about
I
them.
feel this.
You want to
I
know what's
feel it.
going on. When I lived in big cities, because I've
Big
lived in some
cities
big
is the hell.
cities, they
Big
don't give
cities
a
is the
shit.
hell, bro. Hell, that's what. Why we call village is the heaven, because village is there's nothing. Big city is the evil. Everyone means like this is the evil.
And what's weird is no one's talking, no one's communicating, but they end up, from what I can tell, having this hive mind
Yeah.
where they all think alike. They don't talk, they don't interact really that much, but somehow they all start thinking the same, and it's really weird.
Yeah.
Where if you go out in the countries or different villages, you go to this village, you walk to this other village, there's completely different kind of customs,
Yeah.
and people have different views on the same thing.
That's what they are always talking about the views and this, but they will never ask. I mean, they will never ask like, "Are you okay?" Again, they don't ask. This is the question they're lacking. And when they come here, India, Nepal, at least they're like, "My friend, my brother." They say, like, "Man,
Yeah,
that's
even
it,
people
man,
that are trying to rip you off call you brother. Yeah.
Yeah, even if they try to rip you off, but they call you brother.
Yeah.
They rip you off with the respectfully. Like, and sometimes the people come from the, sometimes some maybe, like a normal budget people come here, like even if they come here, they go somewhere, they put the khada to you, and imagine they go like, wow, who am I? Why they treating me like this?
Yeah.
It's the sea, like that's what it like. Differences. They miss this. That's why they like to come here. But a lot of people they still have the life, right? They're going on this. They don't have a time for nobody. They're alone. They earn a lot of money. They have every money, but now they're becoming old. They cannot spend nowhere, they cannot go nowhere. So what they give to the family or love, but for them, what they take, nothing, right? What they do, nothing, right? They earn and they don't see family see for sometimes. Importance, like,
So let's talk about some weird shit. I'm real into conspiracies. I'm real into just like weird esoteric knowledge.
Wow.
I'm into cryptids. We're in Nepal. Have you ever seen a Yeti?
I've heard like maybe there is, but yeah,
Do you believe? Like, you haven't seen one, but do you believe there's Yetis?
but sometimes, yeah, I don't know. I have to go. I have to go to the mountains, and I know I have to feel like maybe sometimes don't know the story, right? I can go. Maybe I think maybe it used to be before.
So you think they're all hiding now? You think tourism is
I
made
think
them?
there's not hiding. I think I don't think that there is now. Means
So what do you think they were? Like a different... Because we have Bigfoot in the U.S. There's
Yeah.
Bigfoot in a lot of other places where it's
Yeah.
just a large humanoid,
Yeah, and
fuzzy
I always
creature.
wonder, like, what is this Bigfoot one, right? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's a different, it's an animal or what? No.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people think they're interdimensional. Like
But that's
they come
what
and
this
go.
in
That's why you
Nepali.
can't
In
find them.
Nepali, some of they really use this.
Yeah, I
Wow,
mean,
wow.
there's a bunch of
Everybody
half,
speak about this.
half the restaurants are called Yeti. Like there's
Yeah,
Yeti
yeah.
clothing
Maybe
lines.
there's some links are there. I guess some links are there. But some of crazy things happen up in the hills, mountains also like. But I heard only like not Yeti, but I heard some stories about some beliefs. I don't know. People believe still. Back home, like we have a not back home. In Sikkim in India. It's called Sikkim.
Sikkim is like East
You know,
Nepal.
no, it's northeast. Northeast. I think it comes in northeast.
Okay.
From my hometown, Kalimpong to Sikkim is like a 4 hours riding. And this if you go more of a mountainside, there is like a border of China, and like people go for because there's a snow. There's a small kind of Switzerland lake also the Changu Lake. It's called Changu Lake.
I've heard of that.
People go there and like but mostly people go to this temple. There's a temple. There's a one Indian soldier. Like there's a story. Because that's why people always go to. I don't know they believe that there's something is there, and
Tell me the story, bro.
and I don't know. I don't know exactly what story big, but I put it in a small. I don't know what I've heard. They go to there and just to worship because they say there's an Indian army who die when it's because there were all this army living there. There's a border protection. That's how and they say this guy die. Baba Dham. This is called Baba Dham. Baba means like a Baba. Dham is like a place. They made this there, and they say. And he died, but still, he have a room, and still he have like some activities is happening there, like when he in the morning, when this colleagues working, who's taking care of his place, when he come there, he saw the bed is messed, and the shoes is dirty, messy thing, and they still believe that he still stay there, And this is for me, it's like, wow, that's what people go to see, and people wish for something and they become true, and they wish for something to Baba Dham, and still he gives some blessings, some signs, they give some sign, sign kind of, signal sign, it's a crazy thing, I heard, there's a lot of crazy stuff, like you have a song, Jhakri,
Yeah, I love Jhakris. I love shamanism. I'm into all that.
Jhakri is they call the spirits inside their body, and in Nepali they were calling them for before to those who die, who die in a family, and they wanted to ask something to this dead person, and they call the Jhakri. And they call the Jhakri, and Jhakri do some mantra, and the spirits come to the Jhakri, and they start, I think you've seen the Jhakris.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Active.
I love it.
They were
say it a lot.
fully, and people still believe this, the people still believing this,
Yeah, there's still huge Jhakri
Yeah,
festivities
wow.
and stuff down there.
In my family before, because I've seen it, I've seen it, and that's why I'm saying because in my family, maybe I was I don't know, old conservative, no, not conservative, but I believe on these things sometimes, my father, sister, she died, and we called some, after all the funerals and everything, we was make the puja. Puja is to keep her peace and everything, for the soul, they pray for the soul and this and that. We were doing this, and we call the Jhakri also. They say and I've seen he start speaking this exactly. Nobody know him of this Jhakri, right? But he's speaking what the family, every name, everything, what is that?
So he knew what was up.
I don't know. You can imagine, and I run because he was taking this fire also. eating the fire, not like this, the coal with the fire. He's taking like this. He was dancing. He was like everywhere. He's like on the ground, and he start like sit down and he start saying, and the thing spirit come already, and he start saying the things. I was feeling this, I was feeling that, I was this, and my family this. He was saying everything. Wow, I was like crazy. I don't know. I have to believe this or no, but I've seen this. Wow, this is like and there's also like in my brother, other brother was also there. He was like they said, like he peed on some grape. And from that time, this one, we call this ghost, and we call this chudel. Chudels means like they said like they wear the white dress, and they come. It's a girl area. They come like this, and they come and he was saying to us every night when he was studying for the school, right, exam, right, and everything. This girl come every night to his house area. Yeah.
It's after he peed on the grave.
Yeah. And
a girl in a white dress came to his house every
not
night.
white dress means like we call this chudelni. Chudelni means like you can ask to Babita also what is chudelni. But we were believing in this chudelni like chudelni is the ghost, like but they say it's a girl ghost, what I don't know what is this, but this is the. He was saying this. That's why his mental health becoming different, like he's becoming different, and I don't know. And they say like she come every day, and that's why they take him to the temple, some temples, to pray, to get rid of this, soul, like. And they were doing this, and some of they speaking the different language, like the other. Those who are doing the puja, like,
for we call it speaking in tongues in the U.S. Yeah.
Wow, I don't know what to say about this. Like, I don't know if it's the DJs or is what is this, but no, this is the for us, Because in my family before, like my family, my mother family side, everyone was in a like something coming to your body. They were saying this, like we have this gods and gods, lion gods, Every like this, we got Singa Devi, this Devi, that Devi, like
so many
Devi, but this Devi coming to a body, okay? They choose the body to come already, and they were like doing like
Has this ever happened to you?
Like wow, they go crazy. If you see this, like you feel like creepy, like wow.
No, my landlord does it every day up here. She's a mata.
Yeah, she's a mata.
She speaks in tongues. She can't read, but she can chant. And she sings it.
Read and chant. Some of they speak different languages, bro. I don't even understand, but they speak the language like a different language. Wow, how is it happening? How is it possible, right? They were doing this about that. My family were everyone doing this, and one day, like I was in my mother brother place, because I was so into to play with the my uncle. I was so happy to be in an uncle place. Like I was going in uncle place. I was very excited. I was celebrating the Diwali, and we go to the uncle place. I said to my parents, "You go home. I go to my uncle place." And we went to the room, and like uncle was sitting just like he was drunk also. I don't know. He feels something. Yeah, they were not treating very well. He was saying this. And I don't know, later on he start like I don't know, he start become like a lion kind of, acting like a lion, I don't know, like what is this? He was like this, and he's coming to me like this, bro, You can imagine how small. He was coming to me like this, like a Amma, or my mother, he said mother, Amma. I was like, no, I have to go in the middle of the night. I came home, but no, I was like kids, But if I think now, but they say after this, the brother, they came and they said we have to do this, like we have to put the incense, and we have to say like forgive me, what happened, It's okay, it will never happen. Sorry, we forgive, forgive us, this and that. We say this, and then they become relaxed, like wow. After running like I've seen a lot of this because it was always going on my like area around me.
Has it ever happened to you though? Like, have you ever been
No, it never
overtaken
happened.
by a
It
spirit?
never took me like it never. But they say like in a family we have this cool call. Cool means like our ancestors something like this. We have this saying.
Yeah,
Cool one. We call cool.
definitely.
So that's what like we have this. So they choose to somebody who become this one. My grandfather is not Jhakri, but it's kind of every even the monks also coming to take my grandfather to if somebody gets sick.
So he's just like a highly spiritual person? Or
I don't know. He never say nothing because I was always
medicine
saying.
man, shaman, Jhakri.
No, it's like.
Just had to put a name
But
on
they
it.
say he have also something coming before. Even my auntie, my father, they were running it because in his body everything coming is like taking everything like becoming crazy kind of something coming in his body, and later on you get calm down. And but he was even when we were a child like if you were sick, my grandfather was like take the water, a glass of water, and he was spraying something and got it, and he was giving, and we were having this, and we were like, okay, see, really, this is how we like doing, and like even the grandfather, like even the monks, they come to our place and take the grandfather to to see the he was not doing like a big things, but just like normal things like yeah, it's like
He's got the Shakti there.
and he have mantra like this something, and I have other brother also. Yeah, I've seen like a bro. I've seen like everywhere like really. Some become like a snake. They walk like a snake. Wow.
Yeah, my vegetable lady was saying her daughter does that too. She's also a mata,
Yeah.
and she becomes like a snake.
Yeah.
And
That's what this mata is. The different. There's a lot of mata. Dachin mata, Kali mata. This mata, that mata. Wow, I can't even remember the name also. Like what they say, they come to their body, and if something happened bad, bro, in this kind of what there's in your body, if they didn't follow some rules, they become crazy, man. They become like they walk
they're
naked.
very strict about
they
what
walk
they eat.
naked. They don't mind. They were like out of their mind. They become like crazy like
I'm prone to believe it because the few that I've met have known things they shouldn't have known for sure.
Yeah. There's like a really. That's why they have to leave everything. They have to go in a routine or something. They have to pray. They don't have to mess with this God who's coming to their body. Like they have to taking care of this body. Otherwise,
So do you think that maybe it's like more common here than in like Western civilizations because of
I think
medications or like?
in Western also like there is some of the believe there's some
Yeah, but
of
they
the
medicate them out. Like,
Yeah.
Or they put them in a. They're called crazy.
Yeah.
If someone was gonna do that where I'm from,
Yeah.
they would put them in the institution. They'd lock them up. They definitely heavily medicate them. But everybody in the U.S. is heavily medicated. So
No, before it used to be like this, but there in a village, some of the part they do this. They still like But in a city side, now people don't call so much of these things. Like.
So would you say that most of the spirits that take over people's bodies, would they be more like malevolent, like bad, or would they be like
Those
good,
like who got
or
this.
they're like a little bit of both?
Well, those who got this the spirit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you think if someone's
Like this
open to it,
anti-one,
they
yeah.
can take good spirits or bad spirits, or
Okay.
it just depends on the person, or
Yes, yeah. No, before like you're talking about the auntie, how they are like this. Yeah, they have to follow everything. Good spiritual coming to your body, but they have to take care, And sometimes like when I entered to this auntie place, because she was also have something in her body, and when I entered, she threw the trisul like this. Because why? I wear this leather belt, So I cannot enter to this because this is achut, achut means like
because it's made of an animal.
it's untouchable, like
Oh yeah.
it's made of something like this,
I think that's why my
this is-
landlord likes me because we don't eat meat. Like,
Yeah. I think she's really happy. Like wow, yeah. That's what they like, No, she was doing this like she was throwing the trisul, and we were like, wow, what happened, Manigata? And she was doing this. Take out this, and this and that one. Wow, so I was like scared, but before I was very scared, and later you get habits. I've seen like all my family, my uncles, they were like brother eating the fires, like ripping up everything in the walls, and I don't know, they have some powers, the power is crazy power, wow, taking the water and and like a fire and something, crazy, what is this one? Okay, I was in a childhood, still it's happening you still hear also happening, see aunties, it will never end. It's somebody body, it will be like this, it will happen because we have this cool, ancestor something. It will happen to some of bodies really. Still happening.
Well, it looks like the sun's setting on us, so let's wrap it up.
Nice.
Got a little bit of a mountain showing.
Mountain.
Annapurna.
Fishtail. So yeah, thank you, man, for having me, and we have a normal, good conversation, and we're working on more project. And thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'm excited about your new band, or your old band's new material. Now that you guys are back.
And we are also working on that, yeah.
And those are 4 blacksmiths, right?
4 blacksmiths, yeah.
Yes.
And we will come up with some things. Let's see.
Well, thanks for watching. Check you guys later.
Peace and love.